Everything that rocks, Laser 103.3. I promised you special guests. Indeed, they are special, ladies and gentlemen. Rich and Julien from the band Rev Theory. Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Welcome back to Des Moines.
Well, thanks for having us back. Feels like we were just here.
It feels that way because I believe you were just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, so good.
Did the
food.
Yeah,
did the
we just
gig?
went by the place that we ate at. What place was that?
Big City Burger and Greens.
Awesome.
And they had the whole stage set up, and we brought a bunch of people in.
Yeah, it was great.
And got to hear the new album ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
Justice is the name of the new album. It's a week old at this point.
Yes.
It's a baby.
It is the baby. And is there
It's a little
still,
baby.
I asked you this before we hit the air, but is there still a little bit of concern going into to that first week to see how it does?
I don't think it's as big. You know, when the number one selling artist is only selling 49,000 records,
right,
there's really not that much of a concern. I think the more concern is, you know, the longevity of the project and building it, and, you know, how many you can sell by the end of the cycle, not really where you start. So.
Well, you know, you guys made a lot of fans with your last album, Light It Up, and played some pretty high-profile shows, including Laser Fest 09. We look forward to seeing tonight's show at People's Court downtown, a little bit of a different venue for you guys. I don't think you've played there yet, have you?
No, we haven't played there yet. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We just did sound check. It's a really cool place. So, yeah, we're excited. It's a great show, great bands. Should be a good time.
So you're now entering, like, Sick Puppies territory, where they've played almost every venue in town, and now you're getting there because you've played the Valor Ballroom.
Yep.
You've done the Indianola Balloon Grounds thing.
Yep.
Now you're going to do People's Court. What's left? My God, you guys.
What's the arena here?
Yeah, I don't know. We got to get to the arena.
Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, we got to get there.
Yeah.
Now that actually leads into my next question. This is your first real headlining tour.
I mean, we've headlined before, but this is like this was pretty ambitious. Coming, you know, not being on the road for about a year, and you know, rolling out a new record, and you know, doing a tour, and you know, Monster backed it. You know, so it's been good. So it's pretty much our first like major headlining run.
We're going to hear Justice here in just a little bit, but first of all, guys, a reminder, the show's at People's Court tonight. It's a Lodo show, and you're playing along with Pop Evil, Hail the Villain, and Black Cloud Collective. What a great lineup.
Yes, sir. It's an awesome lineup.
Yeah. The shows have been great, and the one thing about these shows are, you know, like you don't get lost in the production, you know, and like a lot of times when you go to bigger shows, it's all about the lights and you know, the smoke and the mirrors and everything, and this show is just completely about the music and the bands, and everybody throws down really hard, and you know, we're really proud of the tour so far.
Back to it being a headlining set for you guys. What does that change, if anything, aside from a longer set?
We get to play some slower stuff. We get to kind of create a little bit more dynamics in the set. So
yeah, it's not just throw and go.
Yeah, we take our time. We get to have a few shots in between songs. You know?
I'm on Twitter like you guys are, and like a lot of bands are nowadays. And immediately upon entering the fact that I was going to have Rev Theory in studio this afternoon, people started firing requests at me. Hey, can you make sure the guys play this song or that song? You know, that's kind of cool to know that they're out there and they're interacting that quickly. To the name
absolutely,
Rev Theory.
Man. Social media is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Selfish and Cold, you heard on
Selfish and Cold from back when it was Revelation Theory.
Very good.
I'm well versed in the ways of Rev Theory. You know, this goes back to the mid 2000s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 05.
05 was when that album came out, and then it was just a few years later. It was almost like a reimagination of this band, kind of, not just the renaming or shortening, I should say, of Rev Theory from Revelation Theory. It's kind of a reimagining of the band too, wasn't it?
I mean, I guess it was just, you know, a maturation, you know, just, you know, times, and our first record, we were green. We'd never toured. We'd never done anything really. We're just playing out of our living room in Long Island. And then, you know, touring after a couple of years, and then writing a second record, and now getting to this point, you know, it's just a maturation, and just, you know, knowing who we are as individuals and musicians and, you know, friends. So, you know, it's definitely been a good run.
Rich and Julien from Rev Theory are my special guests here in the studio again tonight at People's Court. Going to be a great show. Speaking of maturation, Justice kicks ass, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What, if anything, I won't ask you the question of what were you disappointed in with Light It Up and knew you wanted to improve upon. I won't really go there, but instead, what were some things you sort of said to yourself after the last album, okay, on our next one, we want to make sure and do this?
I just think we wanted to make a consistent record, and I think we really wanted to capture the live sound of the band. You know, the last record, we actually used two different producers, which that kind of like, you know, because we had signed with a major, we had sort of, not that they pushed us into doing that, but that just was part of the deal, you know what I mean? And that part was part of sort of the inconsistency that we felt sonically on the record. So first and foremost, we wanted to kind of capture the live, raw feeling of the band. That's why we got Terry Date to come produce it. So
Terry Date, who's produced just about everybody.
Yeah, Soundgarden and Pantera, just to name a few.
Yeah, and you
And
could
the
probably
Deftones.
just stop right at Deftones, and then you
yeah.
can just stop right there and
Yeah.
say, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, his discography is pretty crazy, and his stories are even crazier.
stories are awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Well, guys, again, tonight at People's Court, going to be a great show. You're playing along with Pop Evil, Hail the Villain, Black Cloud Collective, which, by the way, is the new Atreyu project, a drummer from Atreyu's band.
Yep, Brandon.
And then what was the other band you mentioned on the
It's
show?
called Aranda.
Aranda.
From the show, yeah.
Where are they from, do you know?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool. Going to be a great show. Again, it's a low-dough ticket, only $10.33 a piece. You can get them right there at the door at People's. And not sure what showtime is. Do you guys know?
I believe it's probably on. Let's say 7 o'clock, just to be safe.
Yeah. Normally, in that case, they would open doors at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think doors are between 6 and 6:30. First band's on at 7.
Well, enjoy the show tonight, guys. And again,
Thank
it's
you.
great having you back in town again. And,
Good to be here.
Yes, no doubt about it. Hope to have you back very, very soon. Rev Theory from the new album. This is the title track, Justice, on Laser 103.3.